Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Gwin, the founder and CEO of Auctus Group, and we're going to chat to him and get to know him and his company, and hopefully have a lovely couple of minutes. So thank you so much for your time, John. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for having me. Fat and happy after Thanksgiving, so doing well.
Yeah, I saw some of your plates. Okay, you guys really do eat.
My father's something of a wizard in the kitchen. It's skipped a generation as a skill set, but I reap the benefits. So
Fair point. Fair point. I mean, there's got to be cookers and there's got to be eaters. So there's a balance, healthy balance.
yeah, I'm happy to balance out the eater side of that equation.
All right, cool, John. So talk to me. What is Auctus Group?
So we're a medical billing company at our core competency. There's a lot of medical billing companies out there. We kind of label ourselves a financial and operations consulting group because we do approach it a little bit differently. 85% of medical billing companies are all specialties, only work in less than 3 systems, and are regional at best. And we're the opposite. We're in that 15%. So we're specialized, we're national, and we work in over 50 programs every day. So we're kind of the odd duck in an intentional way.
Okay, that's cool. So, is that like your USP? Like you guys do it all, like a one-stop shop thing?
But only for our specialties. So we just work with plastics and dermatology for us. So yeah, we offer some accoutrements or some additional service lines. We'll do contract and credentialing, authorizations, bookkeeping, those things that kind of circle around the traditional medical billing concept. So we can be that one-stop shop for our practices, but it's all a la carte. So whatever fits their needs best.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So what is your story? Why did you start Auctus Group?
Oh, it's a good one. Craigslist is honestly the short answer. I got a job off Craigslist. Okay. I was pre-med and was looking for something that could lead me down that path, and medical billing was on Craigslist as a job, and it had medical in the title. I'm like, all right, this will be perfect. And it was not great for getting into med school, but went to a medical billing company that was kind of traditional, served all specialties, and then knew that wasn't going to be necessarily my long-term plan. So started looking at Craigslist again and found an opportunity for a plastic surgeon on the North Shore in Chicagoland that I probably didn't deserve. And he gave me a shot and it worked out okay. I was there for about 2-3 years and took my laptop and my backpack and grabbed my best friend and said, let's call this consultant and see what happens. So 10 years later, here I am.
Wow. Okay, so Craigslist isn't all bad then.
No, it's good. Stay away from the casual encounters section. You should be fine.
Noted. Okay, cool. So you've been doing this for 10 years, you said?
Yeah. It's coming up on 15 between what I had previously done and when we started. We're actually coming up on our 11th year in 3 days. So yeah, it's been a while.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Cool. So what's your vision for Auctus Group?
To stay away from like the traditional mission and vision statement stuff. Like honestly, for me personally, we want to kind of take over this little corner of the world. There's not other companies that are doing what we're doing the way we're doing it. And I think if we can continue to grow and take market share, and while we do that and grow the company, take care of our people in a way that's unusual, that to me is the most important part, to like make an environment for people to work comfortably and live happily, and for us to do what we do really well and just really blow it up as much as we can.
Yeah. I think it's really noble to kind of not necessarily look at the numbers, because I feel like people get so swamped in like, our long-term goal is to take over the world. And like they forget that with expanding, you sometimes lose the personable side of the business, which is like the core concept of like, smaller businesses. Like you want to get to know your people and trust them and stuff.
Yeah, and it's a challenge because you have to focus on numbers when you're growing. And like we've been through this phase where we're kind of mid-market or getting to the next phase, and you have to like dig into the numbers and focus on that. And there's been times when we've lost our spirit of like culture first, and it's had a negative impact. But we're proud to pay, double market rate in most places. We're proud to have 100% insurance covered. We're proud to offer benefits to 1099 employees that we technically probably shouldn't do, but we do it because it's the right thing to do for people. So that's part of it, but you also have to be about culture. Like you have to. We've got a happy hour thing we do Wednesdays. I haven't showed up in 6 months. Like that's a problem. So
Okay.
there's also doing the culture stuff. I know it's happy hour. Why am I not showing up? But
That's crazy.
you gotta be about culture and not just like pay for it. You can't buy your way there. You have to
Yeah.
actually live it and breathe it every day. So it is a challenge, but it's something that is top of mind for us for sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. So, what are some of the challenges you guys are facing at Auctus Group at the moment?
Oof, it's a loaded question. Um, I mean, growth comes with challenges, and the short answer is like kind of like we just talked about, growing without losing your spirit,
Yeah.
and then also growing in a restrained fashion. Because if you try to grow too fast, you lose the quality of service, you lose customers, and then you're SOL. I'd say
Yeah.
technology in the healthcare industry is a consistent issue. That's a whole other conversation to
Mm,
unpack, but especially working with as many programs as we do, how to manage that across
yeah.
teams and how to make sure people have the support they need in, 5, 6, 7, 8 different programs a day is difficult. And then medical billing sucks. It says so right on our website. It's not a fun industry. It changes every day. There's new rules. Like the insurance
Yeah.
company's job is to not actually pay for healthcare, and our job is to get it paid. So our every day we're battling.
Hmm.
That's an everyday challenge for us.
Yeah. Hence the happy hour. You guys probably are really
Yes,
stressed.
yes. We usually time our United Healthcare phone calls that day so that by the end of the day we're ready for it.
I think I might join. That sounds like a party to me.
Yeah, if that's your kind of party.
All right, cool. So, what sort of assistance would you need from our community?
I mean, we're always looking for good people anywhere in the world. Medical billing is a really niche industry, so it's hard to jump into that from no experience. I mean, I've done it myself, so it's not doable. If a knucklehead like me can figure it out, somebody can. But we don't have a great program to train somebody from green to good. So people with experience in medical billing,
Mm,
you could be a biller, team lead, customer service, so dealing with patients. We've got a
yeah,
reporting department, auditing, anything around that arena. We're always looking for good people. And
yeah,
although we have to put the business needs first, we always look for like the right type of person because we can teach subject matter to some extent, but you can't teach a
yeah.
culture fit. So finding the right
That's
people
true.
and finding roles for them is super important to us.
Yeah, definitely. So you're more in sort of the operational space, if
Yeah,
that's
hundred
what you're.
percent. We're a service business. It's all ops.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then you did mention about medical tech and different processes and stuff. Would you be interested in people reaching out that would sort of streamline your processes and maybe make things a little bit easier in terms of like finding one product instead of eight different ones to do your job or help with your job?
I'd say integrations might be helpful. I've got an internal team that works on that, so I would defer to them on the specific needs. But the problem with the entire industry is it's fragmented. We're not going to be able to solve that problem. But if we can find ways to tie
Okay.
those pieces together for reporting or metrics or ops, certainly that might be interesting.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, cool. And yeah, you guys have a site that looks pretty good to me. I'm I'm pretty cool with that. But would you be interested in maybe listening to somebody who would reach out to you in terms of any improvements that they could make with the site itself or any sort of tech sort of improvements?
I'm happy to have a conversation. We're pretty happy with our web dev team, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to turn down a conversation from an expert. We do have a second billing company with a similar model and a different specialty called Clinic. That
Okay.
website could probably use a little bit of love, so we definitely be interested in having a conversation there. It's a much simpler one page.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, John. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. And yeah, we'll definitely be able to get you connected to the right people.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time and for having me.
Cheers.